Today, I'm going to read you a book that is a really helpful tool to teach you how to draw conclusions. How do you draw conclusions? Well, drawing conclusions is a skill that a good reader uses, and they do it by making judgments about what is happening in the story. And you use what you know, and you use clues that the author gives you to kind of read between the lines and figure out what is going on, what is happening. So a lot of times you bring a lot of yourself into the story when you try to draw conclusions, because the author doesn't always want to tell you what's happening. Sometimes they want to show you. This book is called If by Sarah Perry. Now, isn't that an interesting illustration on the front cover? I know what I see. What do you see? I see a branch, and I see some oranges growing on that branch. But what are these? I think that this book is going to be very interesting. If by Sarah Perry. If by Sarah Perry. If cats could fly. What do you know about cats? I know that cats are furry, and I know that they make good pets. You really don't have to take too much care of them because cats go to the bathroom on their own. They use a litter box. Not like dogs where you have to walk them. What do you know about birds? Well, I know that birds fly. I also know that birds sometimes mess up the hood of my car. If cats could fly, what if the cats decided not to use litter boxes anymore and instead act like birds? It would really mess up our cars. I just drew conclusions. I took what I know about birds and cats, and then I took what the author tells me, if cats could fly. And I drew the conclusion that we would have some very messy cars. If mice were hair, what do you know about mice? I know they eat cheese. So if somebody threw cheese at my head, I wouldn't really have to worry about cleaning it up. I know that cats chase mice. Oh dear. If mice were hair and cats chase mice, then cats might try to jump on your head. I just drew conclusions based on what I know about mice and what the author is asking me. If mice were hair, I would have to protect my head from cats. If worms had wheels, if frogs ate rainbows, well, what do I know about frogs? I know there are lots of them, and I know that frogs eat bugs, like mosquitoes. And if the frogs didn't eat mosquitoes and instead ate rainbows, then there would probably be a lot of mosquitoes outside in the summer. We'd need a lot more bug spray. If dogs were mountains, What do you know about dogs? What do you know about mountains? I know that mountains don't move, but dogs like to run. Can you imagine a mountain playing fetch? The mountains would be changing everywhere. If zebras had stars and stripes. If music could be held. Wonder what it would feel like. I know that music makes me feel things. Sometimes music can make me feel sad. Sometimes it makes me feel really happy. Sometimes it makes me want to move. But what I wonder, what if you could touch it? What would it feel like? Would different music feel different? Like some music smooth and some music would feel rough? What do you think? If ugly were beautiful. If toes were teeth. I'm not sure if I like that one. I lick my teeth a lot. Do you? Imagine if toes were teeth. Would you still lick them? If caterpillars were toothpaste. I predict if caterpillars were toothpaste, a lot of kids would have more cavities. If whales lived in outer space. If leaves were fish. Whoa. I've been to the supermarket like Publix and Winn-Dixie. And if you go back to the seafood section, there's a very fishy smell back there. Can you imagine what the woods would smell like if leaves were fish? Ew. If clouds were spirits. If butterflies were clothes. If lightning made rhinos. If lightning made rhinos, there are a lot of storms in Florida. Maybe we'd have rhinos outside our school. If lightning made rhinos. If ants could count. Maybe they could help us do our homework. If the moon were square. If kids had tails. Well, I know that kids don't have tails. But if they did have tails, they would probably have to put them through their pants. Can you imagine that? You have a hole in your pants for each leg. You would definitely need one for your tail. If spiders could read Braille, if hummingbirds told secrets, and if this is the end, then dream up some more. Drawing conclusions can be a fun way to bring what you know, to bring who you are into a very interesting story.